disciples to leave their lives and follow him in a radical mission to change the world. 2,000 years later, the message is still just as vital, and Jesus is calling people, though it may be a little bit different than the way it was done in those first days of the New Testament's witness. Kia ora, Bulavanaka. Hello. I'm Rob Haynes. I'm the Director of Education and Leadership at World Methodist Evangelism, and I'm excited to share with you, coming up in September, the Embrace Conference. In my times in New Zealand, I have found the people to be warm, caring, friendly, and full of life. It is an amazing and rich place. I've also found that there are faithful Christians who are doing amazing work for the kingdom of God. And I found that there's a great need for the gospel there because of all of the different complexities of today's culture. I've also found that in the United States or in New Zealand or wherever it may be around the world, that people have difficulty sharing their faith. People love to talk about their kids, a book that they've read, a movie that they've seen. They love to talk about the All Blacks, or maybe something that they are excited about getting to do, or travel coming up. But when it comes to talking about their faith, they have a hard time. And it's amazing because there is no message more important, though the All Blacks are amazing, there is no message more important than the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's why we at World Methodist Evangelism have created Embrace. It's an opportunity for people to grow in their comfort and in their skills in sharing their faith by talking about why, and also making sure that we understand that faith sharing is something that is an opportunity and a privilege for everyone, as well as a way that everyone can see that every part of their lives is an opportunity to share faith. We use a metaphor of an embrace. Think for a minute about an embrace. It begins with open arms, signaling to you that I am inviting you into something deeper in our relationship. But I have to wait, and I have to wait until it is time for you to show that you want an embrace. And then, whenever it's appropriate, we exchange an embrace, respecting the place of each person in that embrace. And then, after the embrace is complete, I stand with my arms open and ready again. This is the symbolism that we use and the metaphor that we use for faith sharing through all aspects of our lives. We do that through 6 essential values: humility, clarity, prayer, integrity, urgency, and worship. And using each one of these, we go deeper into an understanding of our role as Wesleyans, as our role as Christians more globally, and particularly as Wesleyans, how and why we share our faith. We do this not because it is a burden, or not because it is something that we feel like we trudge through, but to share and show the love of Jesus that we know to be true, and that we want others to also have the opportunity to share and show as well. Let's face it, the complexities today are more than we ever could have imagined. You know, there are all sorts of things that are going against us in terms of how we can share and show the love of Jesus, whether that be because of the global pandemic or cultural, political issues, or whatever they may be. But you know, God is still with us in the midst of it. And he wants to do a work in you and in me. And that is an amazing privilege. When I was beginning my theological studies, one of my first professors told us all that if we did not have a passport, we were outside of the will of God. Now, you may imagine that we all took a step back and said, wait, what do you mean? And he said, look, God may call you to a foreign country, but if you don't have a passport, the government won't let you go. And therefore, you need to do everything you can to remove any kind of obstacles and barriers that may be out there to you sharing God's love wherever God may call you